that I was prescribed psychiatric drugs at the age of 6 years old. It was the early 1970s when psychiatric drugs for children were becoming increasingly popular, and I was a withdrawn, traumatized child. It was interesting to consider what had happened to me in my life already that caused me to look like I might need such an intervention, and also how the best solutions of society can all too often be disproportionate, inappropriate, and limited in their thinking. 4 years earlier in my life, at the age of 2, I started to experience being targeted and attacked by groups of children, usually because my skin color was different and I lived in a country of mostly white people, and also because I was part of a racialized and minority culture. When I moved to a new place at the age of 5, I was hopeful that things would be different. However, new groups of children moved in to chant and make fun, ostracize, and attack. By the age of 6 then, I was terrified. My immune system was shutting down. I felt deeply discouraged, and I had to retreat into my own world. At this time, I suppose you could say, society offered me good services. They are the kind of services many campaigners are looking for right now in Ireland. It is reported that mental health services for young people are irregular and often non-existent. I was living in a particular pocket of society at the time that afforded me an appointment with a psychiatrist and a prescription, which probably came with a diagnosis no one told me about. However expert and extensive the response was, it was not at all what was going to be helpful. I can tell now what I needed, what any human being needs in a situation like that, is for someone to create structures of safety in society, to make a human connection with me, to draw out my story, and to be there with me, pleased and loving, with real attention, while I tell my experience of what was happening to me. That's not what I got. My appointment with this well-educated doctor was not very long. I could tell there was no attention, no warmth, no encouragement. These were the things those very good services couldn't provide. I believe the psychiatrist's line of questioning involved what was wrong with me, not what was wrong all around me. Indeed, the elements of society with a voice, those with power and privilege, who could lead you to believe that they would never need such good services, rarely question what is it about society that teaches and accommodates the systematic mistreatment of those marginalized, misrepresented, and silenced. In fact, for most of my life, I couldn't speak easily of this story. I can now, so relaxed and clear, because I know the human process by which even difficult and painful experiences can become resources for clear thinking, insight, hopefulness, and action. What was most significant about this event was that my parents never filled the prescription. They brought it home and put it into a little drawer and did nothing with it. I know they didn't know what else to do. I can guess they were scared and frustrated. But they believed it just had to be wrong to give those kinds of drugs to a 6-year-old. Instead, with a lot of battles that take place, the average, everyday, unsung ones, where you're not sure if anything is won, but you carry on because you know in your heart the other way must be wrong. I understand the courage it took for them to go against society and all its very good supports and do what they believed was right for me. In this quiet act, they taught me things about the world that are still part of my understanding today. That those who are in charge are not always right. That those who have authority need not necessarily have control over your lives. and that even if you can't see the answers right now, or are not sure where you're going, you can keep thinking and moving forward, believing that good answers will come to you. These drugs don't heal anything. They don't make anything clearer or more hopeful. They are designed to manage us. They leave us more isolated. They don't support us to recover the inspiration of intelligence, creativity, and loving hopefulness we were born with. There is a way to recover our thinking. It is not expensive, and something we can all do together when we learn the right skills. And if you'll bear with me, building directly from this talk, and to create action from ideas, I'm going to turn these ideas into something very practical. I'm going to lead a seminar next month on the 14th of May in Dublin called From Personal Stories to Global Change. I will teach you how to use your own personal stories to improve the quality of your thinking, to find that hopefulness, and to create those moments of support that we need to create change. I want you to leave with better ideas, more energy, more effective actions, and a rejuvenated hopefulness. And if you're interested, some of you have a flyer, you can come get one from us, or you can contact us through our website. To give you an idea of what I mean, I asked the organisers to give each person in this room, each one of you who has given us your attention and listened open-heartedly to our stories, an opportunity to share your stories with at least one other person in this room. When this happens in the story exchange, when you turn to somebody and share from your heart a moment from your life that has really touched you, and then listen with your heart to a moment from their life that has really touched them, see what difference it makes to how you connect with each other's humanity and let each other in, and to increasing your creativity and hopefulness, even in a few minutes. It's been an honor to be asked to speak for you today, and I thank you with love and appreciation for listening.